And welcome back, folks, to the Atlantic Pickleball Club here in beautiful Stratford, Prince Edward Island, where we have the men's doubles match coming up between the Montreal Lions and your hometown York Yetis. Speaking of hometown, I'm joined here at the table with Mr. Scott Harris. Welcome, Scott.
Well, thank you for having me.
Great to have you here, Scott. Scott, if you people out in Game Plus network world don't know, is part of the ownership of this beautiful new facility here, Scott. You may want to talk about this facility for a second here.
Yeah, well, you know, this has been a 2-year project.
Sure.
It's been a passion project, to say the least. To see this take place this weekend is pretty surreal. You know, in short, to see that we can host everything from a youth learn-to-play program to a pro event in the span of the week is quite special.
That's for sure. And we get underway here with the men's doubles. And the Montreal Lions are featuring Louis Charles Amyot and big Ernesto Fajardo, hailing from Montreal, Quebec. And on the York Yeti side, we have Kyle Hermetz and Mikael Gaumond as they get into a bit of a firefight and some tape love for Louis Charles. And that little bit of a dink shot works out for them. Yeah, Louis Charles Amyot hailing for close to Montreal in Mirabel,
2-0,
which I believe is just a suburb of Montreal. So the Montreal Lions are rebounding from, I won't say a bad, but an off day yesterday. They started out on fire and then went into a bit of a slump, and now are up,
3-0.
I believe it's 2-1, or it's 2-0 on the in the match play.
Yes, you can most definitely say that they're coming out roaring today.
Yes, there you go.
If we play on puns, they're very much a team that likes to play with power, whether it seems to be on the back line or the kitchen line. So it's quite impressive to watch.
Yes, and I stand corrected. That's just correcting myself right there and now. I do stand corrected that the Montreal Lions have actually, in theory, won this match and will be playing the mandatory 4th game.
Side out, 1-2.
So the Montreal Lions are jumping out into a 4-2 lead here.
2-4.
But Mikael Gaumond trying to rectify that situation. A good serve with Louis Amyot
3-4.
returning it long. Kyle Hermetz with that patented deep serve. And, oh, just dropped over the net. And we have the lob. Oh. Ernesto. And when do you turn it up?
Side out, 0.5.
Kyle tried to turn up the pace there a little bit off of that shot, but this went a little long.
Yeah, most definitely an aggressive return.
5-3.
Now big Ernesto with the power serve of his as well. We got some power guys out there right now, I must say.
Side out, 0.4.
Yeah, it's great to see this type of activity take place here, you know, in Stratford PEI. To think that we're the first to host a tournament of this caliber in Atlantic, Canada is a pretty special accomplishment.
Yes, for sure. I mean, in conversation yesterday with Jason White,
Side out, 0.6.
he was of the CNPL as well as an owner of one of the teams in the CNPL. He mentioned that this is the first time for the CNPL to come east, and hopefully not the last. There you go. Body count just went up. Kyle right into the body of Louis Charles.
Yeah. Well, you know, like getting back to that topic, you know, being able to host an event like this just gives Atlantic Canadians an opportunity to see the quality.
For sure, for sure. And puts the town of Stratford, Prince Edward Island on the pickleball map as well.
Well, it does, and it allows our local members and non-members and players and youth to see that outside of recreational play, the sport, the growth trajectory has been nothing short of real positive. And it gives young people something that they want to strive for.
Sure, aspire to it. It's like any professional sport that you go watch, which I'm sure you're familiar with another professional sport. Gives them some aspirations to say, I could do this.
Well, that's exactly it. And I know the sport you're alluding to is my time that I've worked in hockey. You know, having the opportunity to work in the NHL for 17 plus years. And a big part of it was focusing on player evaluation. And young players, they always end up pursuing something because they see it at a young age. And that's the opportunity that they're going to be able to see this weekend.
Oh, nice shot there for Ernesto, painting that back serve line. Montreal Lions maintain a 2-point lead here with Louis Charles serving to Mikael. Oh my, nice return for Mikael Gaumond.
It's a great return. That's a nice little confidence boost here as the score is getting close.
Yes, we're at an 8-7 1-point deficit here. York Yeti trying to rectify that right now with Kyle Hermetz serving. Oh, that is not forgiving it for you at all. No net love there for Kyle Hermetz.
9-7.
Bang, bang, bang. Mikael noted for his defensive skills for sure. Soft game, and as I was talking previously with Parker, when do you turn up the pace, right? It's just these guys have it in their mind, and I think it's a combination of a whole different thing.
Well, you know, it's like any other sport. Is as you go up a level, the pace of play goes up, but it's the ability in that pace of play to still be able to slow down.
Exactly, that reset. You can hit the reset button for these guys, and they hit that forehand smash, and then that little drop shot that just makes it over that tape.
Well, that's it, right?
Wow, that serve of Ernesto's is just bang.
and see, it's like anything else. You know, one shot leads to the next. It's setting up a play.
Yep, there you go. We had a timeout called here. I believe it was by the...
It was by the Yeti.
It was by the York Yeti trying to regroup here as they do go down by 5 points. And we'll take this bit of a break here to recognize our sponsors of Jula Paddle, the paddle for the CNPL, as well as when they do travel, which they do quite a bit, they use Club Med. Game Plus Network, which you're viewing here today, over the nation, and Owl Pickleball. And while I'm on that subject, we will bring up the point of the color of the ball for you CNPL fans that track this every time. They're used to seeing them play with that green ball, but however, when the CNPL arrived here, they noticed that that green ball is almost the identical color of the sidelines and the background of this club. And the players warming up were noting that they were picking out, they couldn't pick up the ball, which comes to player safety. So in the concerns of player safeties, they decided to go with the yellow ball. Well, so that's why the difference.
Yeah, you know, player safety always has to come first and foremost.
Yeah.
And you know what? It also makes us unique having the green, because that green and this blue and the light blue just represents Atlantic Canada.
Okay.
Which we're really excited about, and to be able to bring it to this level and host has been awesome.
For sure, for sure. Oh, there's a firefight, and Ernesto comes out on top of that one. And Kyle Hermetz representing sportsmanship there with a little paddle clap to Ernesto, saying, yeah, that's you. That's all you. Oh, body count just went up. Mikael taking one off the forearm. I know yesterday the body count went real high here yesterday, especially in that first ladies game. They take no prisoners when they come to hitting that ball back across the net. Ernesto with the power backhand there. Montreal jumps out into a 7-point lead.
Yeah, they're on a bit of a run right now. You can tell they're playing with a lot of confidence.
For sure. Something that they quite didn't have at the end of the day yesterday. And the firefight continues. with Montreal coming out on top again. Big Louis
16-8.
Charles serving for Montreal.
Side out.
And
point
an uncharacteristic unforced error from Ernesto putting that ball into the net, which is never forgiving.
9-16.
No, it's not. It really isn't. But this is the break that York needs, so hopefully they can go on a run here now.
Yes. Bang. They're keeping Kyle pinned on that back line there for sure. And the players at this caliber are just painting that line just unbelievably. Uh-oh, you don't serve it up twice. Well, third time's a charm here. Look at that for defense. Good stuff. And then there's that reset factor, right? Wow. Got quite a rally going on here. Like I say, that reset factor from going from those overhead smashes to this little dink game here. Oh, Ernesto tried to turn it up, and it didn't work. And we've got the momentum here with the chest pump between Kyle and Mikael.
And you know what? That's what shows the uniqueness of this sport, because it's a combination of power, precision, technique,
10-16.
Athletic ability for sure.
Oh yeah, it hits everything.
Ernesto turning up the pace. The Yeti were up for it, but poor Mikael, just that last shot had no tape love at all.
17-10.
17-10, 7-point deficit for the York Yeti. A little bit of a hole to come out of. Wow.
Side out. Point 11.
The power versus power, and Kyle come out on top of that one.
11-17.
Just
Side out. Point
millimeters.
18.
Well, a lot of sports, you can always say it's a game of inches. I guess it does apply here as well.
It certainly does.
18-11.
Especially with that slight dip in the center part of the court from the post side. People don't think it makes a big difference, but when you play at this level, you know how high you're hitting that ball.
Side out.
Well, that's,
point
you know,
12.
that's when you get the opportunity to watch players at this level and you see how close they hit it to the net or they utilize the net, because then it can make it a very difficult return if there's any form of fraction.
12-18.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Side out. Point 19.
Going wide, Louis Charles with a little bit of a deception shot there.
That and some showmanship.
Yeah, there you go.
19-12.
Ernesto
Side out. Point 13.
trying to bring it into game serve.
13-19. Point.
So York Yeti are starting to climb into this a little bit. They're now back to a 5-point deficit.
Well, that has to be the focus right now. Is just you got to strictly go 1 point at a time.
That's for sure. Montreal Lion trying to get to that magical 20-point level. And a little bit of a body count there with Louis Charles taking it off the left arm of Kyle Hermetz.
20-14. Side out. Point
And an
15.
uncharacteristic shot into the net for a serve for Louis Charles on the first game point match, actually, although the match has already been decided. Wow.
Great shot placement there on the return.
Yeah, I mean, Ernesto's got that patented backhand slash, and he can put it deep with
20-15.
precision. Louis Charles for game serve number 2. A little tape love there from Montreal.
Side out. Point 16.
A little wide there from Ernesto, so they bring it back to a 4-point deficit.
16-20.
Yeah, the York Yeti are not giving up.
No, they will not lie down and roll over for sure. Louis Charles makes that look so nonchalant. I mean, I'm not much of a pickleball player, but I'll tell you, he makes that look so easy, and then it's not.
No, you know, a good degree of these shots are very difficult, and it's even more difficult when it's generally coming on a return that comes with another degree of difficulty.
Louis Charles with game serve number 3. York Yeti looking, and they're successful. They bring them within 3. And the York Yeti fanfare on the side trying to encourage these players on. Oh my, what a return from Louis Charles there. Kyle looking and saying, what you doing over there?
Yeah, and that's what I really appreciate about Kyle's game, is that he competes hard, but he does it with a sense of humility and respecting his opponents.
Sportsmanship for sure. Montreal Lions calling a timeout. And once again, the percentages have flipped. Earlier in the game, those percentages would have been on the opposite side. So now the Montreal Lions expected, according to the Duper percentages here, to come out victorious on this match. Where earlier in the day, the York Yeti had flipped those numbers around. Even though they were down, they were looking to come up. Now it's back into the Duper territory, as we have the Montreal Lions with Ernesto Fajardo, Louis Charles Amyot, and with the York Yeti, we're featuring Kyle Hermetz and Mikael Gaumond, who reigns from Clear Creek, Ontario. Kyle Hermetz from Brampton, and Louis Charles from Maribel, and close by with Ernesto from Montreal, Quebec. Louis Charles with game serve, I believe, number 4 here.
Yes, he's had the opportunity to finish the game on his paddle. Let's see if he has it here.
Wow. Precision shot, game, set, and match, as we refer to the tennis world.
Yeah. Well, that was a great match.
There we go. 4-0 match, and Montreal doing their little dance and cheer.